Have you ever felt stuck in life, wondering why, despite your efforts, nothing seems to change? Maybe you try different routines, read countless books, or watch motivational videos, yet the results are temporary. The problem is not your efforts, it's the foundation of your approach. True transformation comes not from doing more, but from focusing on the right things, the key pillars that shape your life silently but powerfully. In this video, we will uncover 4 things that can fundamentally change your life. These are not superficial tips or temporary hacks. They are timeless principles that, when applied consistently, transform your relationships, mindset, productivity, and inner peace. Everything in life begins with the mind. Your thoughts, beliefs, and internal dialogue are the invisible architects of your reality. The way you perceive challenges, setbacks, opportunities, and people shapes how you respond to them. A small shift in mindset can produce results that years of effort without clarity cannot achieve. Many people live their lives on autopilot, allowing fear, doubt, or negativity to guide their choices. They complain about circumstances, blame others, or feel powerless in the face of difficulties. Yet, the truth is that the mind is like fertile soil. Whatever you plant and nurture will grow. If you cultivate a mindset of positivity, resilience, and growth, life naturally aligns to support you. Conversely, if your mind is dominated by negativity, scarcity, and fear, even favorable circumstances may fail to produce success. Mastering your mindset begins with awareness. Observe your thoughts without judgment. Notice recurring patterns. Are your thoughts empowering or limiting? Are you focusing on what you can control or obsessing over what you cannot? Awareness is the first step because you cannot change what you do not acknowledge. Once you recognize limiting beliefs, you can begin to replace them with constructive, growth-oriented perspectives. Your mindset also shapes your emotions. When you believe you are capable, you respond to challenges with curiosity rather than fear. When you embrace opportunities as learning experiences, setbacks become feedback, not failures. This mental resilience allows you to navigate life's uncertainties with grace, making choices from clarity rather than panic. Another critical aspect is self-talk. The way you speak to yourself matters more than what others say about you. Encouraging, affirming, and compassionate self-talk strengthens confidence, motivation, and focus. When your inner dialogue is supportive, it propels you toward action. When it is critical or fearful, it becomes a barrier that stops progress before it even begins. Mastering your mindset also involves cultivating perspective. Life is full of uncontrollable events, but your response is always within your control. Choosing optimism over pessimism, patience over impatience, and gratitude over complaint transforms your experience. It allows you to see challenges as opportunities, relationships as lessons, and setbacks as temporary, not defining. Practical ways to master your mindset include daily reflection, meditation, journaling, affirmations, and surrounding yourself with positive influences. Reading inspiring stories, listening to motivational content, and practicing gratitude reinforce constructive thinking. Over time, these practices reshape your neural pathways, making resilience, optimism, and clarity your default response. Mastering your mindset is not a one-time effort. It is a lifelong practice. Each day you invest in cultivating awareness, positivity, and growth-oriented thinking, you strengthen the foundation upon which every action, relationship, and decision in your life is built. The power of a transformed mindset lies in its compounding effect. Small, consistent adjustments in thinking produce profound, long-lasting changes in reality. When you master your mindset, you no longer react impulsively to circumstances or let fear dictate your actions. Instead, you operate from a place of clarity, purpose, and confidence, shaping a life that reflects your true potential rather than the limitations of your past or the uncertainty of the external world. Time and energy are the most valuable resources you possess. Every decision you make, every activity you engage in, consumes one or both of these precious resources. Yet, most people live their lives reactively, allowing distractions, obligations, and unimportant tasks to dictate where their energy flows. True life transformation comes when you deliberately prioritize how you spend your time and where you invest your energy. Prioritizing begins with clarity about what truly matters. Many people work tirelessly yet accomplish little of lasting value because they confuse busyness with productivity. They fill their days with urgent but unimportant tasks, neglecting the essential actions that shape their future. By identifying your core goals, values, and purpose, you can align your daily activities to what actually contributes to your growth and fulfillment. Time management alone is not enough. Energy management is equally critical. You may plan your day meticulously, but if your energy is scattered, lethargic, or depleted, even the best intentions fail. Recognizing the activities, people, and environments that drain or replenish you is key. Invest your energy in things that energize you, challenge you constructively, and support your vision. Learn to say no to distractions, negativity, and trivial demands that dilute your focus. Another important aspect is conscious scheduling. The way you structure your day, your routines, and your habits has a profound impact on productivity and well-being. Allocate time for deep work, reflection, rest, and personal growth. Avoid multitasking, which fragments attention and reduces effectiveness. When you prioritize intentionally, you not only achieve more, but you also reduce stress. Create a sense of control over your life. Prioritization also means valuing yourself enough to protect your boundaries. Many people exhaust themselves trying to please others, seeking approval or avoiding conflict. While cooperation and generosity are virtues, overextending yourself without alignment to your goals leads to burnout and resentment. Protecting your time and energy is an act of self-respect. It signals that your life and growth matter, and it ensures you have the bandwidth to focus on what truly changes your life. Reflection and assessment are key components of this practice. At the end of each day or week, review how your time and energy were spent. Ask yourself, did I invest in things that align with my goals and values? Did I nurture relationships that matter? Did I prioritize activities that enhance my growth? Honest reflection helps you make course corrections and ensures that your life is directed, not reactive. Prioritizing time and energy also involves cultivating presence. When you engage in any activity, give it your full attention and effort. Being present enhances effectiveness, deepens relationships, and amplifies results. A fragmented attention, even in important tasks, diminishes outcomes and wastes the energy you invest. Presence turns effort into impact and time into meaningful progress. Ultimately, prioritizing your time and energy is about creating a life of intentionality rather than default living. It transforms chaos into clarity, distraction into focus, and effort into results. By consciously deciding where your attention goes, whom you spend it with, and what activities consume your energy, you shape a future that aligns with your dreams. Every hour invested wisely compounds into achievements, growth, and fulfillment, while every hour squandered diminishes potential. When you master the art of prioritization, you no longer drift aimlessly through life, reacting to every demand or distraction. Instead, you harness your time, energy as tools to create the life you desire. You begin to see progress not as a series of random events, but as the natural outcome of deliberate, focused, and purposeful investment in what truly matters, no matter how much wealth, knowledge, or success accumulate. Life is ultimately experienced through relationships. The people you surround yourself with, the depth of your connections, and the quality of your interactions shape not only your happiness, but also your growth and impact. Building meaningful relationships is not about networking superficially or collecting acquaintances. It is about cultivating trust, respect, empathy, and shared purpose. Meaningful relationships begin with authenticity. When you show up as your true self, you attract people who appreciate and resonate with who you are, rather than those drawn to a facade. Authenticity creates trust, and trust is the foundation of any deep connection. People can sense when interactions are genuine, and they respond positively to honesty, openness, and integrity. Pretending, over-pleasing, or trying to impress others may yield temporary attention, but it rarely creates lasting bonds. Active listening is another cornerstone of meaningful relationships. Often, people focus more on speaking, persuading, or impressing, rather than truly understanding the other person. Listening attentively, empathizing, and valuing the perspectives of others not only strengthens connections, but also enhances your influence and presence. Being present in conversation conveys respect and care, which are far more powerful than words alone. Relationships thrive on reciprocity and mutual support. Genuine connections are not transactional, they are built on shared experiences, encouragement, and collaboration. Offering help, showing kindness, and celebrating others' successes without envy creates a positive cycle of trust and loyalty. Over time, these bonds form a network of support that enriches your life emotionally, intellectually, and professionally. Boundaries are equally important in building meaningful relationships. Healthy connections require clarity about what is acceptable and what is not. People who respect themselves and communicate their boundaries clearly attract those who respect them in return. Boundaries protect your energy and ensure that relationships remain constructive rather than draining. They also model self-respect, which encourages others to treat you with dignity and care. Investing in relationships also requires patience and understanding. Strong connections are not formed overnight. They are nurtured through shared experiences, consistency, and emotional availability. When you prioritize meaningful relationships over superficial interactions, you create an environment where trust, loyalty, and affection grow naturally. These relationships provide support during challenges, amplify joys in moments of success, and inspire you to become a better version of yourself. Another aspect is surrounding yourself with people who elevate you. Your social circle influences your mindset, habits, and aspirations. Being around those who are positive, disciplined, and growth-oriented encourages similar qualities within you. Conversely, spending time with negative, toxic, or stagnant individuals can limit your potential and diminish your motivation. Choosing relationships wisely is a powerful way to accelerate personal growth and maintain emotional well-being. Ultimately, building meaningful relationships is about quality over quantity. It is about creating connections that are authentic, supportive, and mutually enriching. These relationships become the pillars that sustain you through life's challenges, inspire you to achieve your best, and provide joy and fulfillment along the way. When you invest in people thoughtfully and intentionally, you cultivate a network that not only enhances your life, but also becomes a source of lasting impact and legacy. One of the most empowering things you can do to change your life is to take full responsibility for your actions, decisions, and outcomes. Too often, people blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck for their struggles. While external factors may influence events, the ultimate power to shape your life lies in how you respond, the choices you make, and the ownership you take over your journey. Taking responsibility begins with self-awareness. It requires acknowledging your role in the situations you face without excuses or justification. This does not mean blaming yourself unnecessarily, but recognizing that your reactions, habits, and decisions have consequences. By accepting ownership, you move from a mindset of victimhood to one of empowerment, realizing that you have the agency to change your circumstances. Responsibility also demands honesty with yourself. It means confronting uncomfortable truths about your behavior, your mindset, and the areas where you fall short. Many people avoid this reflection because it feels challenging or painful. Yet, without this honesty, growth is impossible. Recognizing mistakes, learning from them, and committing to change is the path to mastery over your life. When you take responsibility, failures are no longer setbacks, they are lessons, opportunities for improvement, and stepping stones towards success. Another critical aspect of responsibility is accountability. Being accountable to yourself and others strengthens your integrity and trustworthiness. It involves following through on commitments, honoring your word, and being reliable. People are drawn to those who demonstrate consistency, reliability, and ownership because such individuals inspire confidence and respect. Accountability also keeps you on track, ensuring that your actions align with your values and goals. Taking responsibility empowers decision-making. When you own your life fully, you make choices consciously rather than reacting impulsively to circumstances. Prioritize long-term growth over short-term comfort and align your actions with your highest vision. Every decision, from how you spend your time to how you respond to challenges, becomes a deliberate step toward the life you desire. This level of ownership transforms you from a passive participant to an active creator of your destiny. Responsibility also fosters resilience. Life will inevitably present obstacles, failures, and disappointment. Those who take responsibility do not wallow in blame or regret. They analyze, adjust, and persist. By owning your reactions and responses, you maintain control over your attitude and actions, even in the face of adversity. This resilience builds confidence, strengthens character, and accelerates personal growth. Another essential dimension is letting go of the need to control everything. Taking responsibility does not mean micromanaging every outcome. It means controlling what is within your sphere of influence, your actions, decisions, and mindset, and letting go of what is beyond your control. This balance reduces stress, increases focus, and enhances your ability to act effectively in the areas that truly matter. Ultimately, taking responsibility for your actions is the cornerstone of empowerment and transformation. It allows you to move through life with clarity, agency, and integrity. When you own your decisions, cultivate accountability, and respond intentionally to challenges, you become the architect of your life rather than a passenger in someone else's narrative. Every action you take with responsibility compounds over time, creating momentum towards success, fulfillment, and lasting impact. When you embrace this principle fully, you no longer wait for circumstances or other people to change your life. You recognize that the power to shape your destiny lies in your hands, and every choice, action, and decision becomes an opportunity to create the life you envision. Responsibility transforms challenges into lessons, failures into feedback, and actions into milestones on the journey of continued growth. Life does not change by chance, it changes by choice. Mastering your mindset allows you to see opportunities where others see obstacles, and to respond with clarity, optimism, and resilience. Prioritizing your time and energy ensures that every action you take builds toward growth, purpose, and fulfillment. Building meaningful relationships surrounds you with support, inspiration, and trust, shaping the quality of your life and amplifying your joy. And taking responsibility for your actions empowers you to navigate challenges with integrity, ownership, and confidence, transforming every experience into a stepping stone toward success. The beauty of these four principles is that they are interconnected. A strong mindset fuels intentional use of time and energy. Prioritization frees space for meaningful connections. Relationships support accountability and growth. Responsibility ensures that every choice aligns with your highest vision. When applied consistently, these pillars do more than change habits, they transform your entire life. Remember, the journey of transformation begins within. Each day is an opportunity to practice these principles to align your thoughts, actions, and energy with the life you truly desire. When you do, you will notice a profound shift, not because circumstances have changed, but because you have changed. And life naturally responds to that energy. The power to transform your life is not outside of you. It has always been within your own hand.